So we have seen a fantastic rise to the upside for 𝗗𝗏, shooting up 1400% in around about 47 days. But as we can see, the price action is starting to come up to an area of previous support and resistance. Do we still potentially have that push up to come for 𝗗𝗏, looking at that 88 level? Well guys, we're going to dive into everything in today's video, all you need to know about the price action of 𝗗𝗏, but first of all, run that intro. What is going on guys? Welcome back to Cheeky Crypto Uncensored. Of course I am JB. We're here to talk about 𝗗𝗏. Now our members got this exclusive content around about a week ago, so I thought it was about time to bring it over onto the channel. We will waste no more time, we will jump over onto 𝗗𝗏's 4-hour chart, 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗀 of course being the data source for this video for today. Now we are looking at 𝗗𝗏 on this explosive move to the upside, and we are tracking a 5-wave pattern. Now we managed to catch this one down in our Discord. Of course we did see this explosive move up here in this 5-wave structure, and we knew from here that we were then to expect another 5-wave move to the upside. Now the structures that played out here, we also managed to catch this one very early, and it told us that we had this explosive move to the upside, and it was simply a wave 3 with an overextended 5th wave internally. Now all of these structures inside here, we could mark this one up as complete right on in here, with that being its wave 3, this one here being its wave 4, and this one here being its wave 5. In my opinion, it's not the likely scenario given the workings of the internal structures. In my opinion, we are still looking for that final push to the upside. Now what would that push to the upside look like? Well, first of all, we have to understand where the move to the downside is likely to go. So what we can do with that is quite an easy measurement. As you will know by now, we can take that low of the wave 2 right down here and the high of the wave 3, giving us our typical retracement area between the 0.382 Fibonacci level and the 0.5 Fibonacci level, where we can see we have this one highlighted between 31.346 cents and 24.209. And we can of course see that that price has now firmly came down into our typical retracement area. We can see the price is now trading lower than the 50 SMA on the 4-hour, the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, the 50 SMA and the 50 EMA in the 4-hour, but above the 200 EMA on this 4-hour chart. The hourly stochastic overbought, however the 4-hour just coming out of the oversold territory, the 8-hour still oversold, the daily still oversold. These ones in particular still looking for that explosive move to the upside. In my opinion, we are still looking to breach the highs for 𝗗𝗏. We can look at this chart through smart money concept right on up here, showing a weak high at this previous high point we've seen for the wave 3 at 72.350 cents. So in my opinion, we are still looking for that explosive move to the upside. Now what would that move in itself look like? Well, we can now answer that question. If this move to the downside in this wave 4 is complete here at 26.799, well, we will be targeting out this 5th wave. We will have to knock this one up just a little bit as the price has dropped down lower than previously charted. We will be looking for the price to push up to $1.33.657 with a lower end of 91 cent 0.460. That gives us our typical target area for the 5th wave. Now we do not have a requirement to go to that target area, that is just the typical target area. Our minimum expectation for this move of course will be here at 72.350, a double top scenario with the wave 3. So what we have to do on this move to the upside, we have to obviously give it a bit of time first of all, but what we will want to do is chart out the move internally, where we will be looking for that 5-wave move to the upside. Of course, this is a 5-3-5-3-5 impulsive structure, so we know we will be looking for this 5-wave move to play out here. So of course we may just be starting this move to the upside. We will have to give this some time to play out so we can get these structures in place where we can then better target out this move up in the 5th wave on that 4-hour time frame. But of course on that daily chart, well, once again we can see that structure overall here. We do see we have came down into that 4th wave typical retracement area, and we are still targeting out that 5th wave move. Now we can see a move up onto that upper end of that 5th wave around about the $1.42 would see us netting around about a 2,930% profit from that that pretty much bear market low there for Aurora. Yes, I do think the bottom is in there, that we are just on the start of this move to the upside. This in itself is just a giant A wave. We will obviously look for that retracement and that next move to the upside to come, but we'll get onto that a little bit later in the video. So of course we do know down in this wave 1 here, we do have a 5-wave structure drawn on terribly by myself. Then down here we have yet another 5-wave structure with an overextended 5th wave. So we know that in this 5th wave in itself, we are to expect another 5-wave move drawn on much better that time around. Overall, this giving us that 53535 impulsive move to the upside, which is absolutely fantastic. Many of our members have managed to DCA into this one. On that way down that we were kind of charting up in the bear market for Aurora. So it's been absolutely fantastic to see so many of our members making fantastic amount of returns. We could actually talk about this around about maybe 30 cent, and we said to expect lower prices. We continue to monitor this one down to the downside. I personally started to dollar cost average into this from around about 14 cents, and I think my last buy order was around about 5 or 6 cents. We've seen a fantastic rise to the upside. Our Discord, of course, is linked in the description down below, guys. Do not sleep on that one. Do not miss out on it. We have many fantastic coins that have been brought to our attention through the likes of Nick and Chris, so don't sleep on this one, guys. It's a fantastic opportunity to be able to get into these projects, much like this pump for Aurora, seeing a fantastic return. I do believe this is just the start, but what we can take a look at here on this weekly chart is we are starting to come up to an area of previous support turn resistance. Now this in particular caught my attention when we drew the video up for the members. We can see the price pushing up to 72.350. The lower end here being that 79 cent level would technically see us finish out that 5th wave move, if that was to be, the underwhelming 5th wave, perhaps a bit of a truncated move. And of course we could see that upper level touched on here. Around about $1.10. So that would fall back on the 13th of June 2022, the low we did see there. So we know we are potentially coming to exhaust this move on the weekly time frame. Now bear in mind, this is a weekly chart. This will not happen overnight. This will take time to play out. So don't be too hasty here. But on that weekly chart, we can of course see that we are coming up to approach the red 50 EMA at 78.903, yet to be touched or tested on that weekly time frame for Aurora. But of course the same applied to this 50 SMA in green here. We touched it, we found rejection, we found it, we broke it, and we found it as support, and we have broke on from here. So a test of this red 50 EMA of course will be very interesting. Is it likely to do the same as the SMA? Highly unlikely. I do think this might be a bit of resistance for Aurora, and we will then look for that next retracement, targeting out round about 19 cent to as low as 6 cent. Another fantastic opportunity to be able to get into Aurora should the price come back down this low. This would obviously be that retracement we kind of spoke about. Should we see this price push on up into this area, we would look at this as a B wave and then target out that next wave, that next move up, for Aurora. So let's just harbour expectations. Let's just say we find rejection on this lower level right on in here. We would obviously look for a retracement, and we can take the mid level of this box. That gives us a possible expectation for this next move to the upside, looking at the $2 to around about $3.89. Again, this is no accuracy behind this move in itself. This is speculative, guys. But what is very speculative here is this would be obviously an impulsive 5-wave move going on here. We would then look for a 3-wave correction coming on down. Now this tells us when we start in 5 waves, we must end in 5 waves, and we would see another impulsive move to the upside. But what is critical to note here, should we see this hit that $11 level in this move here, well, this would no longer be an A, B and C structure. This would in actual fact be that impulsive breakout for Aurora, where we would potentially see that all-time high tested out. Is that a likely scenario? I think it's very, very unlikely to happen. To see the price push up that high will be absolutely insane. If it does, there will be a lot of very happy people down in our Discord that managed to get into that so early. Some interesting areas, of course, we've watched this one for a little bit of time, 79 cent to $1.11. We're seeing that one come up to get tested just now, which is absolutely fantastic, much sooner than I anticipated. The next one I do have a lot of interest in would in actual fact be right on in here. One I have not drawn up for some reason, I don't know why, between $2.23 and $2.80. I think we will find a lot of resistance at this level. We can obviously see this as a previous area of support here on the 9th of May, turned into resistance here on the 8th of October. So I do think we will find high resistance at this level. Then of course we have this next one here between $5.34 and $6.60. Of course we can see this as support on the 15th of November 2021 and of course the 14th of March 2022. This then turned into resistance here on the 16th of May 2022. So a retest of this area will of course be incredibly difficult. Should we pull the Fibonacci scale onto this move, this push to the upside, well, we can see we are kind of finding rejection here, or resistance rather, at the 302 Fibonacci level. Now I like to come back and talk about this one a lot, talking about that 618 Fib level, the psychology, the resistance we tend to see at the 618 Fibonacci level. Well, we can see that this one falls in line with this first area of support, the second area of support resistance I have now marked up here between $2.23 and $2.80. I think it'll be incredibly hard to push on from here. Should we see that price come up to here, well, obviously we'll be looking at a absolutely fantastic return on investment. The lower end being 4,666%, with the higher end being that 5,891% from the bear market bottom. Now, should we push up to that higher level, well, then we turn Aurora into a 100x project. The lower level looking at around about 11,000% return on investment, with the upper level looking at 14,000% return on investment. And of course, let's be those massive speculative bulls here and look at that push up towards the all-time high, 77,000%. Let's grab onto this one, 76,991%. That would be absolutely fantastic. There would be a lot of very happy people should that happen. Is it likely to happen? I don't believe so. It would take a monumental effort for it to get there. But guys, that was just a quick update on all things Aurora. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And of course, carry on this conversation down in Discord, linked in the description down below. If you have enjoyed today's video, as always guys, smash that like button, subscribe, tap on the bell selecting all of the notifications. If you are going to trade, please do trade safely, have a nice tight stop loss, make some great gains, stay safe in the space, and until next time, have a very nice day.